Now, tell me, what are your top tips for skincare? What are some basics that everybody needs to do?
Well, for sure, never washing with a bar soap. No matter how expensive it is, no matter where you get it, people go, oh, I get it imported from France and it has goat's milk or whatever. But anything in a bar form, the binders that hold it together naturally have a high pH balance. Now, there are some soaps that are more drying than others, but generally it's just too drying for the skin, and you don't want to wash with something that's going to strip out all your moisture just to put moisturizer back in, which is doing repair work. Sunscreen, of course, and really recognizing that you get sun damage 365 days a year. So even us sitting here next to these windows, we're getting all this natural light in, which is sun damage. Exactly.
Is it more important? Cleansing, moisturizing. Is one more important than the other? Do they go hand in hand?
I would say they're both important, but
so
I
would
say
chicken and the egg.
Exactly. I would say cleansing, more for oily skins and problem skins, because oil breeds bacteria. So if you're, that would be more important if you're a problem skin. But then if you're drier, maintaining, the moisture barrier is important for a moisturizer. But I do say, a lot of people will they'll spend more for a moisturizer, right? They'll think nothing of spending a $50 moisturizer, but they'll skimp and spend $5 on a cleanser. You need to invest in a good cleanser. It needs to be a high quality, low foaming, non-drying cleanser. So don't make the cleanser an afterthought.
And one of the things I like on your website is that everybody knows the three basic skin types: dry, oily, and the T-zone sort of normal. On your website, you have, is it nine different skin types. So how did you come up with this formula that you've sort of broken it down even further and said, well, there's a whole lot more than three.
Yeah. Sure.
You say that there are 9, and that each of those need to be treated in a specific way.
Sure. In part of working as an esthetician hands-on for 25 years, I learned long ago that dry, normal, and oily, while that's an indication of how little or how much oil your skin produces, but that's kind of the least of people's worries, right? That's important to know. But what about redness? What about rosacea? What about brown spots? What about anti-aging? You want people at 25 want anti-aging, and then people older than that need it as well. But what happens if you're someone that still gets breakout and you want anti-aging? And so I really go far more in depth into those skin types by having the 9 skin types, and my line is based on 72 products. And so each skin type has its own product collection, and at the end of the day, that's how you'll get results. You're not going to get results if you're just focused on dry, normal, and oily.
Now, you just mentioned that getting a facial is sort of like going to the gym, that it's an ongoing maintenance that helps do a lot of preventative work. How often do you recommend that people get a facial?
Every 4 to 6 weeks. Every 4 to 6 weeks.
Hear that, honey? Every 4 to 6 weeks. It's necessary.
Yes. And then, getting peels and doing other procedures to kind of give a little boost, especially during the winter. Like, we do a lot of chemical peels this time of year because people aren't in the sun as much. And so in changing it up a little bit, and we do different types of treatments. So you do want to give a variety, just like going to the gym. You don't want to do the same routine all the time. You want to work different things. So the same rules apply with this.